Welcome to BrewFix, where coffee meets craftsmanship. If you've ever followed a perfectly written espresso recipe, the right dose, the right ratio, the right time, and still ended up with disappointing coffee, this video is for you. After years of repairing espresso machines and diagnosing grinders, I've learned one fundamental truth. Great espresso is not the result of a recipe, it's the result of a system. Today, I'll explain what that actually means, why recipes fail so often, and how understanding espresso as a system completely changes your results. Why recipes feel comforting but often fail. Recipes give us structure. They promise control. They make espresso feel repeatable and safe. But recipes assume that everything upstream is stable. The grinder, the machine, the water, and the environment. In the real world, none of those things are static. Burrs wear, temperatures drift, pressure fluctuates, and water chemistry changes. When people rely only on recipes, they end up chasing numbers instead of understanding behavior. That's why espresso feels inconsistent even when you do everything right. What a system really means in espresso. A system is the interaction between grinder behavior, water chemistry, temperature stability, pressure delivery, flow dynamics, and maintenance. Each part affects the others. Change one variable, and the entire system responds. Great espresso happens when these elements are aligned, not when a recipe happens to work that day. This is why professional cafes focus on system stability first and recipes second. The grinder is part of the system, not a tool. Most people treat grinders as accessories. Technicians know better. Burr alignment, particle distribution, static behavior, and retention shape extraction long before water ever touches coffee. A recipe that works on one grinder may completely fail on another, even at the same grind setting. In a system-based approach, the grinder is a primary control element, not an afterthought. Machines don't brew espresso, systems do. Espresso machines don't simply apply pressure. They manage heat transfer, water delivery, and recovery under stress. A machine with unstable temperature or inconsistent flow can follow the same recipe and produce wildly different results shot to shot. When machines are clean, calibrated, and mechanically healthy, recipes suddenly become flexible instead of fragile. That's the power of a stable system. Why maintenance is a brewing variable. Maintenance is often treated as separate from brewing, but it isn't. Scale buildup, worn seals, dirty valves, and neglected grinders all change how espresso extracts. From a BrewFix perspective, maintenance isn't preventative housekeeping, it's flavor control. A clean, stable machine produces better espresso before you touch grind size or dose. What changes when you stop chasing recipes? When you think in systems, espresso becomes predictable. You stop asking, what recipe should I use? And start asking, which part of my system is causing this behavior? Bitterness, sourness, inconsistency. They all become diagnosable instead of mysterious. This is when espresso stops being frustrating and starts being repeatable. Great espresso isn't magic, and it isn't locked inside a recipe. It's the result of a system working in harmony. At BrewFix, I document real diagnostics, real repairs, and real machine behavior so coffee lovers, baristas, and technicians can understand espresso from the inside out. When the system is right, great coffee follows naturally.